I'm Colleen Bailey, Executive Director of the National Steinbeck Center. It makes me very proud to be part of the Salinas Valley, and I share that feeling that Salinas is a place where real people live, and that is, you know, what it's all about. We're not fakes here. We're for real, and we're people who work the land and who understand the land and who appreciate the value of hard work, and that's certainly something that John Steinbeck valued. And the beauty of the land of Salinas Valley is breathtaking, so I know that's why so many artists are attracted to this area. So many of you are artists, and I guess this is my opportunity to say thank you to all of you who participated in this project and in the following project and in the project after that, because really, truthfully, we at the National Steinbeck Center could not be successful without the contribution of so many artists in this area. And what a rich place we live in, where so many people really see themselves, whether or not they make their living that way, as artists, and really value the land and the culture and the people, the industry of the Salinas Valley. So I want to thank you all for your contribution to the National Steinbeck Center. This is a place that is really for and about the people of Salinas Valley. So, so we appreciate your contribution to that. And I also just want to recognize Al as a teacher, because I was a teacher, and I know that a good teacher is almost harder to find than a good artist. And he has inspired so many of you, and I can tell in my short time in knowing him what an incredible teacher he has been. And so for his dedication to all of you as artists, as students of the art of photography, I just want to say thank you, because that gift that you give to all of the people in this room is so rich, and it's the kind of thing that will be life-changing. So thank you for everything that you've given to all of these people, and I know that the hours aren't just put into the workshop, but there are many, many hours outside of the workshop that go into the real teaching that goes on. So thank you to you, and for thinking of the National Steinbeck Center as a place to showcase something like this. So bravo.
The way this came about is one day at Soledad, I was in the bookstore, and they got a shipment of postcards in. And they opened the box up, and even though I was looking off in the one corner, I could tell that the people were pretty disappointed with what they got. And so they knew I was a photographer, so they asked me my opinion. And being the sophisticated, svelte gentleman that I am, I bluntly told them that they had a bunch of crap on their hands. And so they asked me what I would redo the job for. And that's when the idea about what would happen if you let me do a workshop there, and I get to do the workshop, but then we give you a set of prints. And we also give you a reproduction quality CD, and you can have the reproduction rights forever. I don't think you need to be a Catholic or even religious to get involved with something like this, because I think it's important that we look at things on a historical nature, what has happened in the state of California. This is what happens. We put this portfolio together, and so we give the mission 2 portfolios. One is for their library, their permanent collection, and one is to sell. And in the case of San Antonio, we're sending one to Italy. They have an exchange program with a mission over there, and they would like one to do that. So let's say that out of this group, 25 people decide to participate. Then we would ask each person to maybe make 30 to 35 prints. And we assemble those. All the extra prints, if there's any left over, will be given to the mission to sell in the gift shop. Everything goes back to the mission. So part of the deal is the print that you make has to be acceptable. It has to be a good print. Who sets that standard? I set it. but I haven't had a failure yet. You send me a print, and if I find things in it that should be changed, I will write you a letter or email you and tell you what to do different. And we will go back and forth, sometimes as many as a half a dozen times, to help you get a print that satisfies both you and me. And that's the way this portfolio comes together. I like craft. I don't care whether it's photography or carpentry or plumbing or what. I just like good craft. It annoys me to open that door and have it stick. And it annoys me to look at a print and say, this could be better. And when we've got it all put together, we have an assembly day, and that's in my studio, as much as you can eat and drink and assemble prints. I know that we'll do a portfolio. I know there will be enough of you to put this together, and I'm counting on that. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to this being the next step.
I'm Deborah Salguero, the curator of the National Steinbeck Center. This was really a privilege. I had Martin came to me, who was one of Al Weber's students, and he presented me with some photos and said it was a donation for the National Steinbeck Center. But as I started to really look into the mission subject, I realized how this is really important historically. The architecture is beautiful, the history to California, and how important it is to tell this mission story. But we've seen so many photos in the historical realm that I was really excited to see the contemporary version and sort of place that rightfully up as part of a mission photography show. Then I started to sort of curate it, and as I was talking to a few people in the exhibit, I wanted to show in the beginning of the show the landscape. I wanted to bring you into the church, walk you through each piece where you see the crosses, where you see the saints, and then all of a sudden you see the perspective. And when you walk into a church, you typically sort of study it. If you're not Catholic, you sort of don't know where you should sit, how you should bow. So there's this mystique. So hopefully the exhibit did that, and I placed everything. You guys, as the great photographers, made it so easy for me to sort of walk everyone as if they had been in the mission themselves. As Colleen said, thank you for this opportunity.